telling you, I'm very proud to support the finance minister on that Bank of Butterfield preference share issue. There were some people who in her party that didn't support that. That's right. There were some people in her party, in her cabinet, that didn't support that. I mean, and you know, those folks clearly didn't understand Bermuda, didn't understand the Bermuda economy. So, you know, I would have hated to have thought what would have happened if the shadow minister had gotten up, particularly the likes of me, an economist, had gotten up there and said that, you know, this thing is no good. You know, we were. So
she did the right thing.
She did the right thing, and we did the right thing, right? Because we were facing the run on a bank, on a local bank. And, you know, there is no institution in Bermuda set up to guard against. You know, we don't have a Federal Reserve or anything like that. So, you know, we did the right thing. So I can say by a lot of different measures, we haven't done so bad up there, in spite of the prognostications by yourself that we have been a failure.
Not me, sir. I'm really quoting what the political pundits are saying.
Well, you're one of them.
No, I'm not a political pundit at all. My job is to report fair and without favor. Anyhow, when Mr. Swan became leader of the United Bermuda Party, when he succeeded Mr. Michael Dunkley, it had been suggested that you perhaps should have been the one to take over then. Now, we're also told that Mr. Swan became party leader by default. Nobody else wanted the job at the time. Is that true or false?
That's true.
Why didn't anybody want that job? Or did they see it as a poison chalice of some sort?
I don't know. We were all pretty shattered from, you know, from what had happened. I think particularly the tenor of the election was, you're talking about poison chalice, the tenor of that election was very poisonous. And I think that we were all pretty shattered from that experience, and everybody was kind of depressed. I think we've taken a while to get it together, and we're still working on getting it together because we realize that we have a very important role to play in this country, to hold this government to account. Lord knows they're very unpredictable, so you know we don't have an easy job to do, but you know Mr. Swan has really done a great job. He's done his best. And the reason I'm seeking the leadership is because I think that it will signal a new phase, a new phase in the development of our party, turn the page, so to speak. And I think people can connect to that.
Some could argue it might be too little, too late, Mr. Richards.
Well, that's something that remains to be seen. But we think that Bermuda needs a strong opposition, as you say, and I think Bermuda also needs the ideas and the ideals and the vision, which we will roll out to help take this country forward to a better future.
Walton Brown, political commentator, suggested that the UBP may be in disarray at the moment, but he expects that it will eventually come out of this and perhaps be the better for it. How long do you see, let's say you assume the leadership or Mr. Swan continues to be leader of the party, how long will it take before the UBP gets back on an even keel?
Well, if we don't make the kind of changes that we need to make, it will be a very long time. We really need to reform. We need to reinvent ourselves. We need to re-energize ourselves. We need to focus on the kind of future Bermuda that we want to see and to sell that to Bermudians. That's what we need to do.
All well and good, Mr. Richards, but what are these things? What are these? What is this reinvention, and what is it going to take? Those are nice sounding words, but what is it going to take?
You will have to wait a little while before that is revealed to you, all right? But they are based on the kind of principles that virtually every man and woman in Bermuda will relate to. They're based on.
What are these
they're
things?
Based on shared values, all right? They're based on empowering people to get ahead in this economy. They're based on the kind of cherishing we have for our children and training them to become useful and prosperous citizens. They're based on all those things that nobody disagrees with. And there are a lot of things that, of course, the government of today aren't doing so well at. But we want to be able to crystallize our vision in such a way that it's not sort of rolled out in any kind of helter-skelter way
I don't want to seem pessimistic or facetious or anything of that nature, but you're not telling us anything new, Mr. Richards?
Well, it's, as in the news business, it's not always what you say, but how you say it, right? And how you put it together. Many new inventions are made from things that are already common, where you put them together in a certain way and it becomes a new invention. Well, that is so here with ideas as well. They may be old ideas, but you put them in a particular context that resonates with people and it becomes new. And that's the kind of thing that we need to do.
All right. Well, we'll take a break now. When we come back, we will take your calls. And I know that Tarai Trott is manning the computers as we speak. You can begin sending your emails and so on, your requests. So we'll continue the discussion again at www.letstalkbermuda.com. That's www.letstalkbermuda.com. When we come back, we take your calls.
Let's Talk is a ZBM News 9 presentation. We continue in a moment.
Bermuda's 400th anniversary celebrations continue with the spectacular Bermuda Tattoo 2009. Up to 400 performers from around the world will present an unrivaled international event with music, dance, and military precision, booming artillery, and breathtaking fireworks every night. Join us on October 22nd, 23rd, and 24th in the Keepyard of the Bermuda Maritime Museum. Arrive early. Showtime, 7:30 p.m. Tickets at bdatix.bm. Come and celebrate Bermuda Tattoo 2009.
We return now to Let's Talk with host News 9's Gary Moreno.
Welcome back. Just before we take your calls, Mr. Richards, you spoke of the UBP core values. What are the UBP core values?
UBP core values are honesty and integrity, openness, responsiveness to public needs. Let's see what else. You've caught me off guard, but I think there are about 6 of them, and I've only got to 4. Leadership. Let's say based on common core values of most people. But we won't deviate from those, right? But we are open to a number of various approaches to things, so long as they are consistent with our core values.
All right, let's take our first caller. Caller, you are on the air. Caller, you're not on the air. Mr. Richards, expound a little bit more. Expound a little bit more on these core values of the United Bermuda Party, please.
Well, I think one of the sort of visions we have for the future, and particularly I can speak to in my area of responsibility, is that we believe that every person, every Bermudian, irrespective of race, gender, or socioeconomic background, should have an equal opportunity to pursue their dreams in the corporate world and a career,